Hello, 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 hello. It's Kate Bolt, Inkstampshare, Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. I'm back for another coffee and cards. I'm afraid I'm not live with you today. I am away, but away from my desk. But I thought I would bring you a pre-recorded video for some inspiration whilst I'm away. So I have seen these cards about, and I tracked it down to Patty Bennett. She's this amazing demonstrator in the United States who creates all sorts of wonderful cards, and she made this YouTube video making these cards, and I thought I would have a go. Now Patty's, I will link her video in the description box below. She has made a whole ton of them using lots of different things. I've made a few. Hers are in inches, so I've converted it to metric for all of us in Europe and in the UK so that you can do it in metric if you prefer. Very simple. So if you're looking for Patty's, it's down there, but if you search for it, it's called a 5, 10, I think it's called a 5, 10, 15, 20 card. But ours is not called that because ours is in metric. So I've also seen it as called a trifold card. So anyway, here it is. So I've made a couple of these already. I made a very simple one using the Cheerful Daisies stamp set and the Cheerful Daisies papers that look so fresh as a daisy papers. She has made one and done lots of die cutting as well, which is obviously takes a little bit more, it's a bit stepped up. It looks really beautiful. I just wanted to try it out. And I actually made ours and taught this at my team meetup. We have my lovely team I absolutely adore, and we have a monthly team meetup. So every month we all get together on Zoom, this one, because people are far-flung across the UK, so everyone can come. And I taught them how to make it. And this daisy one was the one I made for my team meeting. So much fun. And then I have recreated it again. Oh, the other difference between Patty's is this is her card. Her card consists of, this is her card base, and then she will put a little white piece in here to write a sentiment in, and the card stands up like this and is very pretty. I have just actually added the DSP, the paper, onto the front of a whole card base. Just give it another extra bit. It doesn't really matter. I just liked it that way. So either way, it's a great card. It's a great fold. And I did make another one, excuse me, using the Zoo Crew papers. How adorable is this one? So I made it exactly the same. I've used the Zoo Crew Designer Series papers that are current and available right now in my online shop from Stampin' Up. And I have cut some of the little dudes out, and they are celebrating and playing musical instruments. The papers have got little animals doing all sorts of things. So one sheet has birthday things, one sheet has hobby things, one sheet has like musical things, all sorts. They're really fun, and that's what I've used. And I've cut some of the little dudes out. Now I've used this new punch that we've got and this new punch that we've got. These two circle punches are available in the online exclusives, so you won't find them in the catalogue, but if you search in my online shop, they are there. 2 3/8 of an inch or 2 1/4, or you could use your layering circle dies to get the same effect. And all I've done is use those for these here. Super fantastic, mega news. Congratulations. And I've cut out another little dude inside. I love it. I think this is my favourite one. But I'm going to show you another one that I made using the Countryside Inn papers today, just to demonstrate it. And it's not quite so much fussy cutting involved. Right, but you can do whichever kind you like with whatever supplies you've got. So this is a piece of Misty Moonlight, which I thought I would go with because the Countryside Inn is all blues and whites, and we've got Balmy Blue, we've got Boho Blue, we've got Misty Moonlight, we've got Night of Navy and white, and it's so pretty. These are one of my favourite papers in the catalogue right now. They really are so, so pretty. So I'm going to use some of this, and I think that I am going to go with, I'm just thinking about my colours. So now I'm going to go for a darker blue on the front of my card. So I'm going to pick this one out with the foxes on. It doesn't really matter, to be fair. But this is so easy to create, I wouldn't believe. So I have taken a piece of my designer series paper, and I want a piece that's just 6 by 12, so half a sheet, cut it in half. One whole sheet, cut it in half to get half a sheet. Let me make sure that this is that. Yes, it is. But you do want, if you have a pattern, you do want your pattern to go along horizontally along, because your folds are going to be like this. So you need to see your pattern the right way up. You don't want upside down boxes if that's what you've got. Okay, so, but we are doing it in centimetres. So let me find my instructions. I've written them in my little book. Although I think I can remember it. It's so easy to make. Now, it's far back in my book because I've been doing lots and lots of creating recently. Here we go. No, my trifold card was a different card. Here we are. So I need it to be 30 centimetres long. So it's almost a full 12, but not quite. Then I'm going to cut it that way because there's a little bit of a dog ear on there and I can cut that off. So 30. So line it up on your trimmer, and you can just see I'm going to cut just a little piece off the end, just the smallest bit. And this is going to be the front of my card size, so it needs to be 14.8 centimetres. So your DSP is going to be 14.8 by 30. Simple as that. And you're cutting a sliver off. So this is really economical with your designer series paper. A great way to use up your pattern papers. Okay, so we're going to do some scoring now. And Patty's was 2468. Ours is going to be 5, 10, 15, 20. Easy, yeah? Now, when you score it, it's just paper. It's not card, so you don't want to score too hard, otherwise it will tear. So 5, oh, like that, which I just think I did at the bottom. I was a bit hard. 5, 10, 15, and then 20. So that's our paper, and I will fold it so you can see the fold lines. This one. There it is. I was very gentle with that next one. You couldn't see it. Okay. So I have got this, all right. So I've got this now, and I'm going to put it to the side because I'm going to get my card base ready. Excuse me. So a normal regular piece of A4 card. So you want it scored at 10.5. And you want it cut at 14.8 on the long side. That's 2 card bases, and you just need 1. The other thing I've not yet done is cut out my white insert. I'll do that at the end. I've got a frog in my throat today. I don't know where it came from. Sorry about that. So when you have your piece of paper, what you need is to have a fold like that. So you have like an M. This end needs to be an M, and this end needs to be flat. So it goes up, up, and then flat. And you can see how I pressed too hard with my scoring blade, but that's okay because it's going to be glued, it doesn't matter. Okay, so it's going to fold like that. Now, it doesn't matter that these don't match these papers, you don't see the rest of the fox, etc. That's absolutely fine. Okay, but so I'm going to turn my paper over, and I'm going to glue inside these, so these two are going to end up separate pieces like this. Excuse me. I need a drink, I think. So I'm just going to do it with my seal. So I've got one like that, and then on this one, is that right? Yeah. So now I've got 2 bits that stick up like little folds like that. Perfect. That's what we want. And then we can attach this. Oh, I haven't cut this the right size. I cut it the same. It shouldn't have been 14.8. It should have been 14.3. Did I say 14.8? So that's the same size as my card. But it doesn't really matter. I can cut it after the fact. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to try. Could leave it, but I think I'm going to try and cut it and get it right. Now I've got to go through quite a lot of layers here. So obviously it needs to be slightly smaller. to leave a border. That looks like quite a lot coming off there. It is. It's got to be 1/2 centimetre. And that looks like more than 1/2 centimetre. Right, there we are. See how good our trimmers are? It went through the whole lot. Amazing. As long as you've got a good blade on it. Right, okay. It has got a little bit of... Maybe I was a little bit too ambitious. Because that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. I think the maximum is probably be about 2. There we go. I think we should be good. I don't think anyone's going to worry or notice. Okay, let's go for it. I'm going to put my glue on. So, in case I told you the wrong size for my paper initially, it is 30 centimetres by 14.3. You end up with a nice little border. So fold it up when you put it on so that you can put it on nice and straight and you end up with a nice little border all the way around there. Nice. I like it. Okay, so the next bit is the fun bit where we get to decorate the card. We have got a card here that we're going to put an insert in. So let's get one of those ready also. Got my card. So my card insert needs to be the same as my layer size, which is 14.3. I don't have a layer, do I? Okay, 14.3 by 10. I need this piece as well. Right, so that piece is going to go in there after I've stamped on it. That's our insert. Nice. So now I need to decorate it. So what I think I'm going to do is take my largest punch, which is the 2 3/8, and I think I'm going to punch out a white one. Like that one, that's my larger one. And then, yeah, that's it. I am going to punch out, which I don't know. I'm going to punch out a smaller one in white as well, which is the 2 1/4. You can do it either which way you prefer. So there's the smaller one. I'm bringing in my spare piece of Misty Moonlight because I'm going to use that on the front, and I'm going to use the larger punch for that, like so. Okay, so I've got these, so these will nest nicely now. And they are going to go on the front here like that. I'm going to stamp on here, and I brought out my Night of Navy ink pad. So my base is in Misty Moonlight, but I love the contrast of the darker blue. So I'm going for that. I picked out this stamp set. Thank you. It's going to be a thank you card. This could be anything you like. It could say happy birthday. It could say congratulations, anything, this card. So I'm going for a thank you. This is a great stamp set. I love it. I'll just pull that stamp out and a block. Ink it up. I have made this card before in these colours. I'll show it you in a minute. And I actually used the darker for the smaller. I used a dark blue for this size circle, and I heat embossed in white my thank you, which was really nice as well. Did I just smudge that? I might have done. Nope, that's lovely. I love it when it works. So I've got my thank you. And it's going to go on here. I like the blue contrast. Okay, So that's going to go on here like so. And then, do excuse my coughing, I'm going to go for a white one here. And then I'm going to go for a different piece of the paper. So let's grab the paper out. I've got some scraps of this somewhere, but this will be fine. I am going to go for maybe something that contrasts. I might go for this one. This is really pretty. So I've got the larger one. I think this is the larger one. And then I need the smaller punch, which is 2 1/4. I'm going to punch it out like that. Oops. Don't be afraid to punch out your papers and use them. Use them up. They're beautiful. They're no good in a cupboard. They're no good in a drawer with all your other papers because nobody can see them. They're not pretty hidden. And the thing about papers is you covet them and love them, put them in a drawer and stroke them, and then because they're so pretty, and then you go back about 6 months or a few years even later and they're not so pretty anymore for some reason. The trends change, your taste changes, and there's always new shiny things out there. So use them up. Right, thank you, it says. Let's put a piece of seal down just one side because we don't want to glue our card shut. The thank you here, and we're going to do the same here. So pretty. And you could definitely put something in there if you wanted to. I just like seeing the papers personally, but Patty did and it looked great. Okay, so that's those. Then on my inside, what shall I put? I'm just going to put thank you again because it's a thank you card. And you could definitely put some more of the paper in the card as well. That would look lovely. So thank you in the Night of Navy. Like that. And I might just take that paper. This one that I just chopped a circle from. I am going to, how big? 10 centimetres. No, 10.5 is the bottom of the card, isn't it? Like that. And then I'm just going to cut, let's see, it doesn't really matter how big. Let's make it 2 centimetres and see what that looks like. 2 centimetres. Might be a bit big, we'll see. Oh, that's slightly too big because it's 10, not 10.5, isn't it? And it's slightly too wide. So let's just chop that off there. I'll just have those flowers in and chop the other ones off. Like that. And I want it at 10. Lovely. So I'm going to put this, you could pop it here, and that would look rather nice, or here, or just here. Yep, that's going to go there. I don't think there is one piece of paper in this pack that I don't like. Oh, I might put it halfway up, I like that. And it's interesting because normally when you get a pack of papers, there's just one that you think, that's not my style. Or, oh, I'll use the other side of that one. But these papers, I love them all. Okay. It's a good job you get 2 of each. So we have thank you. It matches this, you see. And thank you on the front. And then I'm just going to put a couple of little of these because I have them on my desk. And they look like they want to be used. There's not many left. So I think one there. One there. I don't know. I think I can hear my husband outside my bathroom door. Don't know what he's doing. Right. Okay. So I was hoping he might bring me a cup of coffee. Thank you so much. He was lurking. Oh, bless him. He was lurking with a cup of coffee and he didn't know whether to come in. How adorable. He is the best. He is the best. Oh, I do love him. So there is my thank you card, the Patty Bennett card, using the Countryside Inn Designer Series papers, just for a quick and simple one. This fold you could really dress up if you wanted to, and which I think I did with the Zoo Crew one, which I absolutely love. And I have done it with the daisies as well. And this was my original one that I made with the Countryside Inn. So you might be able to tell that I have really enjoyed playing with this fold. I hope you have enjoyed seeing me make it, and that you might find these measurements useful in the metric. But definitely make sure you go and check out Patty's channel, and that you look at hers, and she has it all in inches and you can see all her samples. If you like what I have made, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. It really helps my channel, and also if you click that notification bell down below, you'll get notified of any future videos I make. Thanks so much for joining me. If you love any of the products I've used, they're available right now in my online Stampin' Up shop. The link is in the description box below. It's at no, that's not right, that's my email address. It's at katebolt.stampinup.net, but you'll find it there. And yeah, thanks for joining me. I will be back. What are we on now? Coffee and Cards, Tuesday. I'll be back on Friday with another video for you, and I hope to see you then. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye.